It appears I have been sent separately, I don't know why, a spare copy of The Lost Boys if you want it. Well, I'll show you. I got this Lost Boys, which is a standard case, and this one with the so for some reason I've been sent two by Music Magpie. One came with in the same envelope as Misery. The other one came in a separate Music Magpie branded envelope. So I now have two copies of The Lost Boys. You can have one.
I thought it was one of them pint mugs.
I rarely use the pint mugs. Sometimes they even overface me. But they do come in handy if you do fancy a big pint mug of tea. Tea, just tea. But coffee, I've been asked about some tea and coffee.
I had a pint of coffee once in the big cup. Never again. I was slightly buzzing.
No shit, Sherlock. So I'm guessing the mug must have been pint size. To have a pint mug of coffee. I'm just saying. What kind of coffee was this? Was it from Colombia? Did it have a bit of white powder mixed in it? Was it a pint mug of espresso?
No, just ordinary Asda's Gold Blend.
You cheapskate. I mean, I do get Tesco's own butter, a pack spread and that. But with coffee, I always look out for it when it's on special offer. And I've got some Nescafe Gold Blend. It was £4. I'm not sure with Tesco's club card price. It may have been Asda rollback, I'm not sure. But I haven't opened it yet. But we'll open it very shortly. Also, Gusher does like Asda. It looks like if we can get there early enough, well early, say at least 2 hours before they open the gates, we can get a park just off that roundabout, and that's opposite the entrance to the Scarborough miniature model railway thing, which is kind of also the entrance to the open air theatre. And we're not that far from the seafront, so we can walk on the seafront. And back at that roundabout, we simply, instead of like going left towards the seafront, we go straight on. And it's probably maybe no more than a 10-minute walk from the car park. Nice fishing chip, and then we can go into the seafront. You just have to, I'm guessing there'll be some kind of curfew. Usually it'd be about 10 o'clock, maybe 11 o'clock. Or I reckon they'll probably do about an hour and a half. So if they're on at 8:30, they'll usually finish around 10 o'clock, which means we can have a drive through onto the seafront. Maybe have a last hour on the seafront at night, just, and then back for a late night curry. Because it's not that far from seafront, although it is the North Bay. No, actually, it's not that far. It's the South Bay you come on to, I think. Yeah. No, probably will be the North Bay, because it's other side at Castle. There's not much there. I know it's like a block paved road part in it. But yeah, it is the North Bay. So I know there's some shops and that, and maybe a cafe at the North End where the open top buses turn around. But, there's not much there but a nice seafront opposite Peasole Park. Just like Bridlington though, the south is quiet. The North Bay is where all the amusement arcades and pubs like the Hook and Parrot and that is. Yeah, it looks like I said, the North Bay fisheries. It's I know there's a car park because up on the slope, top of the slope, is a leisure centre. There's a car park opposite where the model railway is and the entrance to the open air theatre. And if we can get there early enough to get parked up and obviously make sure we've got a rough idea what time we'll be kicking out of the open air theatre, I reckon it'll probably be a 10 o'clock curfew. We just need to know roughly what time show time will be. I think Moya will probably get 45 minutes or 40 minutes, and then it'll be a quick take her equipment off, and they'll be on about an hour and a half, I reckon. About an hour and a half, about the average for a gig. We'll park up there, and it's no more than a 10-minute walking away from the open air theatre to the North Bay fisheries, and if we've still got time to kill, there's the nice relaxing seafront of the North Bay, which is relatively quiet.
Large fish and chips, chicken and mushroom pie, battered sausage, and two orange tangos. There's refreshments at the theatre, but they could be very pricey, so we'll have to do without.
Well, I definitely would say, known by our previous experience at the private vendors, at any show, fete, gala, etc., the concession shows, that they are a lot dearer, so we might as well get our stuff outside.
Save money for merchandise.
Yeah, I mean, the going rate for t-shirts, last time I was a gig, was about £20 for a t-shirt, so I'm guessing the figures for the merch, for t-shirts especially, like the tour t-shirts, will be around the £20-25 mark. But I agree, Mr. Horn, generally, like I said, like you suggested, and my past experiences with any shows, face galas, the catering area that get a pitch, obviously they charge more, because obviously there'll be a fee to pitch their catering appliance, and I don't think that'll be cheap, especially be a big concert like this, so they'll have to up their prices to recoup their costs for their slot. I can remember there is a car park just off the roundabout at ground level. Now, up on a slight hump, you can see from Google Street View, I think there was, or probably still is, some kind of leisure centre with some steps leading down to the car park. So, car park early enough, ground level opposite the entrance to the open air theatre. It looks wide and not too far back. It's thingy. Chip shops, 10-minute walk away, and if we've got time to kill, we're not far from seafront. Take a look at the aerial shots, Mr. Horn, of the Scarborough Open Air Theatre, and just imagine you're on the poor sods that was got a ticket at the extreme left or the extreme right of the first kind of 10 front, well, the first 4 rows at least. If you're lucky enough to get pre-sale tickets, then like I could have done with Spotify, I got an email the other day saying that I was entitled to pre-sale tickets. You know, you can bag the best before it's open to general admission. We're heading to Scunthorpe in the next 5 or 10 minutes. If you need anything, or you fancy a short ride out to hopefully will be our local Asda, just let me know. We're coming. Going to have a bash, 2 lines. Because mother owes me £3 for these Knorr chicken pots we got from Morrison's at Bridlington yesterday. Oh my god. The pursuit for budget-ended cat litter was horrendous. I mean, the 2 worst Tesco's in my opinion are Beverley and then Bridlington. They're not bad. Choice is a bit shit. But Tesco's didn't have any cat litter in, budget end. They only had expensive. Morrison's, ditto. Across the road, which used to be a car dealership, is Pets at Home. They only had expensive cat litter in. Eventually, we got 2 bags at Lidl in Goole, because all the Tesco's would have been the same. They've obviously got a supply issue with their budget end cat litter, and there's no Asda around Bridlington. So be aware, if you want to hop in the car, give me a tinkle, because otherwise I won't know if I'm driving. I listen to my message and I check. About 5 minutes from departure. I'm sticking with mine Huawei P30 for now. I've still got a year and a bit left on the contract where I've got the P40, but I'm sticking with this. If I'd have thought about it properly, I would have just hung out till August, let the contract expire, and just kept this, but never mind. All I'll do is replace the battery. Nice coffee, the Magnolia. Now, and hopefully soon to be our local Asda, Westcliff Ashby. Me and Gusher sat in car doing our swarm check-ins. What were you doing? Jesus, need a piss. Can't fully concentrate. Have faith in the lottery. Have a bash, Mr. Horn. Have a bash. Pick random numbers. Are you in the Asda now? I'm just nipping to the toilets. I'm in need of a piss.
We encourage customers to be respectful to each other and to follow the government guidance on face coverings when shopping in our stores.
Would highly recommend The Worst Week of My Life, which there's 2 series and a Christmas special, which is The Worst Christmas of My Life, with Ben Miller, Alison Steadman, Janine Debitsky and Jeffrey Whitehead. I got mine from a charity shop, but very funny. Just think this, Horn, if by some miracle Operation Scunthorpe bears fruit before Operation TFT, it'll make it so much easier, especially for collecting you from your residence. I hope. Bad news on the mega saucepan thing. Turns out it's probably just a little bit too big for our obs. There's no connection there with that bloody induction hob. So it's now being donated to a pet. So we're sticking with our old faithful. But I think our old faithful deserves a name anyway. So let's do a name honouring ceremony for our good old faithful. So from there that we've used before. Do you have a rough idea of when the gates to Scarborough Open Air Theatre open? Do you have a rough idea what time Alison Moyer is due on stage and vis-a-vis Tears for Fears? I'm guessing there'll be a 10 p.m. So I reckon there'll be a 10 p.m. curfew. If not, it'll be no later than 10:30. Because, you know, but if we get there early enough, that'll give us plenty of time where we don't have to dike down the fish and chips, especially the amount that you'll get, because you'll buy half a trawler full.